Oh, fun.
Yeah, I gotta get pictures of the inside for you guys, but I haven't taken them yet. But
Ooh, convention foam fighting. Yeah, my son will want to come.
oh yeah, well, there's
What the
stuff
hell
that
are
my
you
son is
playing?
going to want to that he will enjoy there while we're there. That's one of the reasons why I thought that it would be good to bring him to Phoenix.
We have
I,
oh, sorry. I guess
no,
we're all.
no, I was just gonna say my voice is like really froggy since being sick. My voice hasn't recovered. Neither has my taste. My taste buds still
Oh,
don't like life.
you were like, my taste hasn't recovered, and I was like,
Well, I wasn't gonna say anything, but no,
It's all Dale's fault.
yeah,
She's still in
normally is.
Bugle Boy jeans.
Yes. Well, because Dale's
wearing those
are
jinkos again.
but Dale's our local hottie as far as my friends are concerned.
There
Can't
you
help
go.
it. Yeah.
Yep, he's beefy.
Right.
All right. Well, with that, then we're gonna get to game. So, unfortunately, we had some technical difficulty last time we tried to run game. Almost ran into some problems tonight, but I think I found out where the problem is, so it shouldn't be an issue going forward.
It's not user error, is it?
No, it's not user error. It's Chinesium.
Oh,
Oh boy.
So,
Oh.
that's rough.
yeah, it's unfortunately high tech Chinese products are to blame for this one.
Yep.
But it's I'm not going to knock it too much. It works just fine, when the system is up and running. It just doesn't like it when it's trying to boot. So at least I found out now. All right, so if we have somebody give us a game recap.
Oh,
Um,
yep. I even went through and did a synopsis, so I don't have a mile long thing. So
cool.
Sweet.
we'll get started. Um, the crew are called to the office, and Drade is handed a a data pad that obtains coordinates to a gas planet called Bispin, Bispin,
Bespin.
Bespin, which which has a cloud city. Ashi also returns to the fold. She has found her way to the planet Fodder and sends word for the others to retrieve her. Upon their arrival, they do not find Ashi Jack, but Asada Seku. She is different both in appearance and demeanor. She now bore two long scars on the side of her face and a thick, gnarly one that started on her right clavicle and stretched down across to her left hip bone. She was in a dark gray cloak and dark apparel, a contrast to her old earthy tones. The crew became instantly suspicious of her. The crew make their way to Bespin, but the coordinates do not lead them to the city, but instead a Corellian colonizer, Praxim,
I'll be
did I
right
say
back.
that right? Praxium ship, which is called uh, Kuunther. Once boarding, they find themselves surrounded by other Jedi and Padawans. They learn that the ship has remained under the Empire's radar, which has allowed them to continue teaching the Force sensitive. Drade is whisked off to some council meeting while the others are escorted to what looks like a commons room. Drade finds out that the Alticians order, please, if I'm pronouncing things wrong, let me know, is in full swing and they ask him to join them. After some discussion, he agrees and then is knighted. Asada seems troubled upon hearing all of this and questions the order's motives, and she asks Drade what path he is now walking, which he replies he doesn't know. Um, Master Ha asks Nassar if she needed special pills, cough, prenatal. She gets eyed by the others, and Asada goes to retrieve Nestos. Once the two of them are alone, Asada asks for his forgiveness for kidnapping him, and she explains to him that what they did was not the right way and asks if he would like to return home and explain to his parents all that has happened and why he had to leave. He informs her that his current master is working on that already. He gives her a hug, tells her He doesn't regret any of it, and then force pushes her into a pool of water. Once Asada is dried off, and she blatantly asks Masara how far along she is and if Lord Toranor is the father. The boys come and ask if they can stay longer. The group agrees. Everyone goes off to have dinner, but not before Montan gets hit on by the ship, which the group finds out is a sentient being, a former force user that has been combined with the ship, making it a more like a living ship. Poor Montan isn't sure if he should be turned on or to freak out. A lot has happened to that little furry guy in the last few months. The end.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum bum bum.
All right. Well, we are picking up after you guys have left the Jedi Praxium ship and are now back on Pelagon. So, presumably, if you're not staying at the estate, which I think only applies to Brittany's character, you have the apartment. You guys have are available for free RP at this point. A note has been given that there will be another briefing here soon, but it's not for a couple hours yet. So if there's
Okay,
anything you
good,
guys want to do
because-
in the interim, you can. Now is the time.
I would like to grab Asada would like to grab our furry little friend and go shopping so they can talk.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I know Mike's been wanting to have that talk, and we just never got to do because I
What?
got sick with COVID.
What, the Bothan birds and the bees?
Uh huh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one. That is the one.
Thought I already had that, but okay.
Well, it's more of Botham ships and clouds.
When their fur is nice and sleek. It smells like sandalwood.
You smell like earth.
I'm actually kind of looking through droid stuff. Like, what do I want to shop for?
So yeah, so
Just remember when you guys are shopping, keep the restriction rating in mind. It
Yeah.
may or may not be available.
I'm thinking Marco needs dexterity. So
I mean, she really doesn't need anything for herself, but yeah, she's just gonna use it as an excuse because she knows he likes to go shopping. So that's what she'll go down and find him.
all right.
So, Montan, would you mind going with me into the market just to kind of look around?
He kind
There's
of
something
smirks. He's like, yeah, I'll protect you.
you'll protect me. Well, that's good because yeah, it's always good to have a badass Botham by your side. So let's go.
Taking
Right, what,
T4.
Shelly?
I'm not sure
Hmm?
I've ever heard those two words together.
Badass Botham. We need that on a t-shirt.
I
Nice.
need that on a t-shirt.
Gotta have his character with, a missile launcher and the other one's a plasma blaster or something.
Actually, now with his armor and his rocket launcher and his battle droid, like he's
I was gonna say you could just have him with his droid army behind him,
Yeah,
like a mafia boss.
yeah. So badass Botham needs to be on a t-shirt.
We'll have George draw that for us.
I'd say mug.
Mug? Oh, have it on a mug instead of a t-shirt?
yeah.
There you go.
Should we see if any of the others want to join us?
Sure. Let's grab Drade. He just got paid and probably did ship upgrades.
Yeah, so she'll get on the communicator. Montan and myself is going to go to the market. Does anyone want to join us?
Yeah, I'll join you. Be there in a few minutes. I was just walking around already.
Okay. Jairus?
Yes, in fact, I do have some things I wish to shop for. So if you don't mind, I would.
No, I don't mind at all. What about Doran? Has anybody seen him since we got back?
This is out of character. I'm just looking at what there is right now because I have not looked at my sheet since I got out of the hospital.
Do you want to participate in the role play?
Yes, I'm just looking at what there
Okay.
is to
So-
buy
Okay.
because
Okay, so we're just dragging you along. Okay.
yeah, I'm just looking at what there is
So
to
that it's a
buy.
Void Hound's shopping day.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
And
because-
she'll send out a message to Nasara too to see if she wants to join them as well if she's not busy with her baby daddy.
I don't know, Jerome, is there anything going on at the house?
Baby daddy stuff? No.
Then yeah, she'll go into town.
Now,
Okay.
presumably, at this point, you guys, you have already come back with the boys after having a day of swoop bike racing. So it's a day after.
And they probably have to do some homework now.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say I'll come and meet you in town.
Okay. Well, it looks like everyone is going to meet us, so I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, let's go.
I know that you have some questions. I know everyone has questions about the time that I was away. So
Yes.
so if you want to ask them, hopefully I can answer them.
Well, I mean, I don't really know. You came back with a fashion change and an attitude change, but you know, I didn't want to ask too much because I don't know what happened to you, and I don't know if it's personal. We all have histories.
Well, yes and no. You know that I was in the Clone Wars with Drade, even though
Right.
we weren't in the same area.
You'll need to speak up a little bit, Shelley.
Oh, okay, sorry. Let me turn myself. Is this better if I bring
That-
my mic closer?
Yep.
I know my voice is really froggy.
We can't hear the frogginess. Or I
Oh,
can't.
really? Oh, I can.
I can hear the wind tunnel.
What?
Is it my
I have a
is it
wind
my
tunnel
wind
going?
tunnel? I do.
Oh, I was gonna say because usually it is my wind tunnel. I
No,
mean,
we've got a little bit coming through from Matt, but it's not much at all. So,
okay.
if nothing else, just start testing, Colin on your side, testing who you can turn the volume down a little bit.
Colin just has extra sensory hearing.
Sure. He has bat ears.
He's got bionic ears.
Shush.
He's the 6 peso kid. So
6 peso. Wow.
We couldn't afford the $6 million man.
no.
We couldn't afford much at all.
Mm-mm.
The cyborg.
Okay, back to character.
Are we all there yet, or are you still just
Yeah,
you guys?
we're just kind of walking around in the area where we're supposed to meet you guys. So
Just
you guys,
bring yourselves
yeah.
in character whenever.
Yeah. Yep. So it turned out to be personal, but at first it was more of a revenge vendetta against me.
Against you?
Yes.
You went on a revenge vendetta against you?
No, no, I was taken.
Oh,
You were kidnapped?
Yes.
By
Like-
who?
out from under us?
I
From the med bay?
No, it was after I left the med bay. It's when I went into to the market.
Montan looks around.
But
Yeah, Nathara puts her hand on her blaster.
I am unable to tell you who because the circumstances changed. And
You-
I ended up learning quite a bit about myself, about who I am and what I am, which why I said Ashi was no longer here. I'm not hiding anymore. If the Empire wants to come after me, then I'll face them. Hopefully.
I don't think they need the invite.
Probably not. But I know that there are bounties out there on me.
Oh, who doesn't have bounties? Welcome to the club.
Yeah, you're not anybody if you don't have bounties on you.
That's a
This
price
is
of admission
true.
to this group.
But
I guess I didn't mean to be nobody then, but okay.
Oh, if you'd like, I'm sure we can arrange it.
it
Just
give us
you
some
wait,
time.
you'll get yours.
Yeah, just give us some time. But I did learn how to survive on a very harsh planet, and I had a very harsh teacher.
Is it harsher than that planet we went to the last time you trained?
Yeah, because
Dang.
everything on this planet wanted to eat you.
Well, that was true of the last planet, but I'm, a small woodland creature, so you get that a lot of places.
She'll point to that really gnarly scar that she's got on her collarbone.
You're not supposed to let them get that close.
Yes, well, I was
Took
hunting.
a bite out of you, huh?
I hunted something that was bigger than me
Why?
because of my pride.
Well, apparently that didn't go well for you.
Well.
Did it go well for him?
Yeah. He almost killed me. Should have killed me. But my teacher decided that I had a destiny. And my job was not done.
Listen, if something ever bites me, it is your job to decide I have a destiny too.
But Nasara, I am sorry because I was also prideful when I accepted to be your champion. And it almost got you killed.
And I'm sorry for letting you fight my battles for me. I won't be doing that anymore
willing
either.
to fight for you, but
I've been working on having more confidence in my abilities.
me too.
So
It's about time.
we've all been
Sheesh.
doing a little bit of learning.
Yes, I believe so. I also talked to Nestos while we were on the ship and apologized to him for taking him from his home the way we did. I understand now that the Jedi way of taking the children was not the right way.
Boy, that sounds familiar.
We should have been the envoy for the Force users and explained to the parents Nesto's situation. I mean, I myself was not stolen away. My parents were very well aware. And for my culture, it was an honor for me to be taken to the Jedi Temple. And it is with many other cultures as well. But for a new species, a new planet, we didn't do it right. And I know that I got very arrogant with you guys. And so, therefore, I also ask for your guys' forgiveness for that and for forcing you to go along with the kidnapping.
Well, don't take all the credit for that yourself. You and I did plenty of convincing to the rest of the team. And you have a good point.
You
Did
did.
you?
Very much.
Yes.
I said this at the time.
Yes, I know you did.
This isn't an I told you so. Do you understand what this has been like for me?
No, unfortunately, I don't. But I
Every
want to.
time I see Nestos, every time I see him, I am reminded that there is a mother and a father grieving their dead child. Every time I see him. Every time I see you playing his mother before you went away, you were very motherly. Every time I saw you replacing his mother who is grieving on his home planet, I feel it. I allowed you, let you convince me to let those two people lose a child. They've who knows how many times they've been in the woods where we landed the saber looking for their dead child. I know he left them a note.
Yes.
And this isn't just the harm that you two have done to them. I have to relive it every time I see the boy. I don't blame the boy. Like I said at the time, aliens came out of the sky in their spaceship and offered to make him a space wizard. Of course he came with us. And I agreed to it on the basis, and I don't know that this is wrong, that he would have been a harm to himself, or his people might have hunted him down. That's what convinced me. I don't know that that's wrong. You may have been completely right, and that's why I agreed
Well,
with you. But
and
the
I
fact
still
is, there
believe
is still
that
a grieving set of parents. They are hurting every day, and I am reminded of my part in making them hurt every time I see the kid. I'm glad he's happy, but you two have essentially done me harm ever since. So I'm glad you finally acknowledge it, but this has been an ongoing thing.
and I'm sorry for my participation in that. Montan, my intention was not to harm any of you guys.
Oh,
Not
no, it's
even
not your
to harm
intention. I don't think it was
Nestos.
your intention, but I want you to understand that you're accountable for it. Now, I don't hate you. You're still part of my crew, and it's not like I'm not going to fly with you guys. I'll deal with it. But it's there. It is an ongoing thing that has been happening ever since we left that planet. And every
When
time we
I
celebrate how well Nestos is doing, and every time I see him playing on the Jedi ship, and every time he does anything, and every time we put him in danger, I mean, he was in danger from the what was the volcanic planet we were at, where they defended the ship for us. We put him in danger. He almost died for real. And there would have been absolutely no opportunity to go tell his parents that, there's still a chance to go let them know their child's not dead.
the Jedi Order was very arrogant
I see
and
that.
and that
And he scares the two of you when he says that.
at the time, I don't think Drake and I really looked at it as far as him being in danger. It was because us ourselves as Padawans were put in danger constantly. It was just part of being part of the Jedi Order.
Yes.
So that never crossed my mind at the time.
If only
But-
somebody would have said it to you on the planet.
Well,
If only somebody would have brought up that, hey, it was wrong to kidnap children, maybe you people considered it an honor. But no matter what, your parents lost a child too. And I'm happy they had a way to rationalize that, but these people don't.
actually, I did have someone tell me. Remember, I was on a harsh planet with a very harsh teacher who.
I told you.
Yes, well,
But you're not, that's my point.
you didn't
I
tell me
told
with
you,
a
and you didn't listen.
saber
You have to
against
go get
my
bitten
throat.
to listen to somebody. You had to go get kidnapped and bitten by a monster before you heard what I told you before that point. You
Montan,
don't hear me.
we do hear you.
You don't listen.
Going against what you believe is correct doesn't mean we didn't listen to it first. When I had to lead others in battle, when I was a kid, I had to listen. I didn't have the experience for that. I had to listen to Omega Squad for a lot. I honestly barely gave them any orders, even though I was technically the commander, just because that's how the Jedi Order worked at the time. But that doesn't mean I never listened to what they said, and it doesn't mean I never disagreed with what they said and gave an order that went against what they wanted to do.
Exactly.
We got through it. And I'm sorry if you feel like we haven't been listening. I know I have. I think we all have. But sometimes we have to do things that are extremely uncomfortable.
And one of the things I did learn while I was away, and it was something that even when I was on the battlefield with them, it never set right with me because many of them I considered my friends, but we sent them out to die anyways, and those were the clones. They were numbers to most of them. The ones I ran with had given themselves names, or I'd helped them come up with a name just so they could have something of themselves instead of just being 4526 and so on. But my teacher, even though I disagreed, I still commanded them to their death, just like Drade.
No, I don't know what it's like to be in the military. I've
And
hung out with the scrappies, but that's about the extent of it.
we just did it because that was what was expected. And same thing with Nestos. It goes under that same, that is just what's expected. You find a force user, you get him before the enemy does. But I've also learned a lot about the force. I don't consider myself a Jedi anymore. And I won't follow the Jedi Order. I'm
You are
on
the
my
Jedi
own.
Order.
I'm on my own path.
Is there a Jedi Order?
Well,
There was an old Jedi Order.
No, I know that. I mean, now.
well, there are some that still follow. So yes, I mean, I did. I still followed the ways that I was taught. That was all I knew. There was no other order. There was no other path that I was taught.
I mean, as far as to me, without the benefit of learning things from the Force, you are the Jedi Order. You guys are what represent Jedi to me, or whatever you want to call yourselves. I don't know.
I would prefer to be just called a Force user. I do not want to be called a Jedi.
Okay.
Jedi did Even though they started out with good intentions, they did just as much evil as the other side. And I would just rather not be associated with either one. And I also want to assure you, Montan, that going forth, I will listen to your concerns and come to a compromisable solution where we both walk away satisfied.
I know you guys listen to me when it's important. I may have vented a bit, but you got
Well,
to understand
you
is
needed to, and I understand how you feel about Nestos. I asked him if he wanted to return home to tell his parents why he left, but I guess his master is working on that. So it sounds like
I
an
thought you were
avoid
his master.
me.
Well,
No,
yeah, I thought you guys were handling his training because you couldn't find somebody.
no. Latourneur found him a master. I don't. No, I don't even like using the word master anymore.
He
Um,
has a teacher in those
yeah,
ways and has had one for a little bit now. Their identity is secret for fairly obvious reasons. But yeah, he is no longer really under our purview. He's being taken care of.
yeah.
I want to ask you something, just because I'm curious. Does the Force affect your moral code?
Well, we were taught a moral code.
Well, I was taught a moral code too. What I'm wondering is if it's different because you guys hear the Force.
No, I I know that Drake and I differ in this, but no, the force is neither your friend or your enemy. It just is.
Well, that's true of this blaster too. I mean,
And
I guess
So,
that's what I'm asking is, if I swore to a code about how I use this blaster on my hip, is that functionally any different than the Force? Does the Force affect anything other than your ability to, mow down an army of droids?
in my view, it can, but the Force, I believe, typically amplifies what one already believes, especially with regard to other life, other people, personalities, and what have you, morals and ethics, all of that's included. And just like you were pointing out, you have a blaster. Now, you have a blaster. It depends on how you use that blaster. That determines
yes,
whether it's good or bad. And you may have heard us talk about the light side and the dark side. On one hand, those are abstract concepts, and on the other hand, they do trend towards a side of morality. Those who would be more aligned with the dark, they're not going to care about the lives of others. They're going to care about acquiring power for themselves. That's their code. But those that follow the light or trend more towards that preserve life when they can and help others. So it can impact it, but it just depends on the force user.
the
The reason
the very first part of the path that I was taught is, like I said, the force is not your friend, nor is it your enemy. It simply is. The force is wild, not evil, not good, just wild. And when you try to tame a storm, you drown. The Jedi would have you kneel to it, the Sith would have you wear it like a crown. Both end up dead. Followers are taught to respect the Force's power without trying to moralize it. It is neither benevolent, God, I can't speak today, nor cruel. It exists beyond such concepts. Understanding its true nature requires removing ego and preconceptions.
so there's a reason I ask. So take a Wookiee, right? A Wookiee's big and strong. and depending on how they act, that strength works for or against them, in my view, right? Like a Wookiee can lift me to the top shelf or can smash me,
Right.
depending on their morality. The reason I ask is because in the old stories, I'm younger than you guys, so all I know of the old Jedi Order, is what I've read online, in data. And so at the time, they were seen as wise, as knowing, and their opinion was valued by, planetary governments and the Republic and, various people. And that was part of the, I don't know if you want to call it the aura, the mythos of the Jedi, was that they were somehow supernaturally wise. And so when a Jedi spoke up, showed up and handled negotiations, advisory roles, things like that, their words were given extra credit because they were Jedi. And I don't know what a Sith is. I don't know what other types of Force users are out there, but that's what I learned about the Jedi. And so far, all the time we've been together, I assumed, I suppose, that the two of you having contact with the Force had extra wisdom because you had the Force. Like it spoke to you, like it, gave you signals on between what was right and wrong, which is why this Nestos thing has been so frustrating, I guess, is because I was looking to you guys as extra wise, like the stories said. And maybe that was my mistake. And I should be able to call you out on your, on these moral discussions we have to do, on these decisions that we have to make, and not assume that you're getting, secret codes on what's right and wrong from having the Force.
Weird.
You're muted.
Yeah, I muted myself because my kid came out. One of the things I did learn from my teacher in regards to the code is that it is a cage. But it's not a blade. Purpose is the blade.
But I mean, it's neither enforced nor informed by the Force, is what I'm saying.
Right. Well,
I recognize that you are, some ways monastic and spend your time thinking about philosophy, and that may be why, the Jedi of old have always been seen as wise, is because they spend time figuring out what wisdom is, whereas the rest of us have to, get a job. But
no, not necessarily. I mean, I've always been told, the code will guide us. But the Sith also says that it'll free you. So
I want to have a
I
different
have I
conversation
have
about how
I
you know these Sith people.
well, the Sith is the opposite of the Jedi. They use the Force for darkness. I've
Those are the
had my own
red
run-in
red
with
saber people, right?
Effectively, the vast majority, that's what they wield, and they
Okay.
simply tend towards the dark side and use that to empower themselves.
Yeah.
Isn't that what the Inquisitors have? The one that
Yes.
showed up on Mandalore did.
Effectively.
I do believe that most, if not all, of the Inquisitors are Sith. We struggle between light and dark. Just because we want to do good doesn't mean that we will never be tempted by the dark side. I've have dealt with that myself when I murdered, I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Oh, that's even worse.
Murdered it, what's his face? The guy, who cares?
Some guy.
Yeah. Hold on, I got my stuff up. I just have to find his
Some
name.
guy with the thing
I
on
mean-
that planet.
Who keeps
Mark
track of that
Slade.
stuff anyway?
Listen, it.
several large lads.
Wasn't it Vicus? Vicus Mar? Was that it?
Wait, who? This is in character, but who did you murder?
Is that right, Jerome?
What's
It
that
was
guy?
it was. Do
I
you
believe
remember?
so. Yep.
Yeah. Vicus Mar, when we were on the volcanic planet,
Oh, the other guy with the lightsaber.
I went too far.
No, he didn't. He screwed up Drade.
Yeah, that seems
She
justified
looks
to me.
over at Drade because even Drade would. She knows Drade would nod
Yeah.
and agree that I went too far.
Okay, I'm
So you'll remember that she managed to disarm him.
Literally.
There wasn't a need to then run him through.
Oh, BS. His
Are
lightsaber was
you-
sticking out your back.
Are you sure? Because now I'm confused. I mean, wouldn't it be better for someone like that to die than to continue hurting people, least of all us?
Again, it's confusing with the code because we weren't supposed to be killers. And even in our code, it says that we should seek absolution and not death.
You carry a pair of plasma weapons on your hip all the
You
time.
were
You're not supposed to be killers.
Generals in the war.
And we never should have been.
I'm just saying, you're pretty well armed for pacifists.
We are.
No, it
Clearly.
sounds like Jedi are a lot of contradictions.
We fight for peace. That's where our saber comes in. But peace does not mean murder.
But it also doesn't mean pacifist.
It's true.
No.
Hence
doesn't.
why we wield them.
But
Anyway, I don't.
me
very much
unarming
care. I'm not
him,
mad at all. You killed that guy.
well,
Same.
it put a stain on my soul.
Look, you took off his arms, but also on Mandalore, that guy took off your arms, and you're back here doing the work that we do. Had you disarmed him, he'd have been back doing. I mean, arms get regrown or replaced. All right, that guy would have been back at our throats as soon as he got worthy prosthetics. I'm not
Montan with the backwards karma here all of a sudden. He's like, look, they're just arms, you know.
You say
Look,
that
arms fall off my droids all the time.
we're all just droids to him. I figured it out.
Chop over here, we can get some more.
Like, so you say that I get what you mean, Montan, but think about what literally happened to Ashi, now Asada. Yeah, she was devastated. And then time passed and she came back and she is a new person now.
Yeah,
So
because
people can change
and
when
then-
something massive happens.
I'm just going to go and say on this one, that sounds like brainwashing, but
Well, you could also say that the Jedi Order did a lot of brainwashing on us Padawans.
yeah, but you just said you were kidnapped, taken away, and you've come back different.
It's like being shown a mirror in front of you, and you're forced to see who you really are inside. That is the journey I ended up on. I do not regret what happened to me. In fact, I'm actually, I feel gratitude towards my teacher. She's honorable. She was, her reasons for kidnapping me were not good, I suppose you could say. But she did see something in me.
What
And that
was
is
her
why
reason
I
for
am in
kidnapping
front
you?
of you today.
Wait, so So the person that kidnapped you was your teacher?
She ended up being my teacher. She's a force user as well.
But not a
I thought
Sith?
I thought she was a Sith. For a long time I accused her of being one, but she's neither.
So you knew her before?
Not really. I had seen her in the past, but I didn't really know her.
Um, can I ask, um, what's what's your philosophy now? How how has it changed?
A lot of it has changed. I no longer hold on a second. I already took my medicine. Thank you very much. Um, the path I follow is called the path of the wild. And it is, I no longer treat the force as something that I own and it's there to do my bidding and my bidding alone. The moment that I stopped being arrogant and stopped demanding and actually asked, I found myself getting stronger. That's what I've learned.
So, did she apologize to you and offer to bring you back to us?
Did she apologize? No, she never will. But yes, she is why I returned, and she is the one that arranged my passage to fodder. The reason
Fondor,
why
not
the
fodder.
Be
Fondor.
right
Why
back.
did I say fodder? To
I thought you said
Fondor.
father, and I was a little.
Daddy Drade.
Yes.
I am your Fondor.
Sweet Daddy
I am your
Drade.
father.
So, why did you
No.
apologize to
I am
Nestos
your
then?
father.
I apologize to Nestos
Why?
because I wronged him.
Okay, so this woman that's teaching you didn't wrong you?
Well, I thought so at first, yes. If you would have asked me the first week or two I was there, yes. But it turned out that she was teaching me a lesson. So there's really no reason to apologize. If she had not taken me, I would not have survived. I would have continued on the path I was, arrogant, not thinking things through, taking the force for advantage, taking you guys for advantage. And I don't regret any of it. She's made me stronger and she's taught me how to survive without a saber because that's all I knew. It's all I relied on. You guys have seen that. I never used my blaster. It's always been my saber. But on this planet, I was forced to use primitive tools, a knife and a spear, and I had to fight to survive. And it did teach me how to survive. I'm not afraid anymore, which is why I'm not hiding anymore. I'm very much part of this rebellion, so why hide? I want them to know I'm coming. The Empire has to be stopped.
Well, it may be that some of us, if not all of us, will need to relinquish our other identities, just depending on what we do. Things are heating up throughout the galaxy, so We should be
Yes.
prepared for that if we need to.
I am aware.
Do you know when Nestos is going home for a visit?
No, that was not. I was not privy to that. And
If there's
Nasara, when we have time, I would be more than happy to sit down and tell you and explain to you my path.
if there's
I'd love to
any,
hear it.
there's any way any of you could let me know, just because part of the guilt I've been feeling is knowing what happens to parents of lost and dead children. Not all
You,
parents survive that experience. Not all marriages survive that experience. There's a pretty significant, ratio of both of those results coming from a dead child. And I worry about these people because I'm responsible for their pain. So
Nasara would probably be your best to get that information.
I can keep
Since
you in the loop when I hear something.
it would
I
it
mean,
would help
was
me.
he even really telling the truth, or just telling you what you wanted to hear? Because he's not all that truthful as a kid.
Nestos,
Is not
Nestus
wrong.
is far more truthful than Merrick. No offense, Nasara. Just saying. That one's the spunkier one.
We're working on it.
I have nothing
Um,
against Merrick. I think that Merrick has a destiny of his own as well as Nestos. The fact that Nestos color is red, um,
What do you mean his color is red?
the lightning, the color
Oh,
red, the color red is associated with the Sith.
I never said what color it was.
I was gonna say, question: was it always
Oh, I
red?
thought it was red. Didn't he?
No.
Didn't it? No. Oh.
No.
Nope.
He said lightning, and I assumed like whitish, bluish,
Yep.
normal light.
Oh,
bulb.
okay. Well,
Yep. Which is
Yeah.
redact
the same
retract that
the
then.
same stuff
I
that
assumed it was purple
it was the same
or
stuff that
or
Let's see,
pink.
even
would.
Palpatine had blue lightning. So
yeah, Palpatine had blue light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only Mace Windu could have purple lightning. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's correct. That's correct.
If we're talking about lightning here, yeah, no, the lightning was worrying because a Jedi kid with lightning that fried a assassin would be, you know, prime for Sith, never mind the Imperial Inquisition
Right.
to take under their wing.
And that was one of the reasons why Dred and I were so desperate to take him to protect him from that kind of future.
And I know you already heard this, but I do agree with and while it's being handled, I do agree with Montan. There was most definitely a more better way to approach this, especially instead of letting them, like come along again when it came to the next expedition, because last thing we need is, somebody trying to sneak onto the ship like the assassins did and either nab the kid or it just be a straight up massacre because who knows, Montan's killer droid might not be there.
Well, one thing about a Force user, the only way for them to learn you can't learn it in a book. It's learned through experience, which is one of the reasons why we were on the battlefield at a young age.
Yes, the people who fielded child soldiers are clearly the moral superior group of the galaxy.
We're
Hey,
not saying that.
hey,
We're definitely not saying that. That was
hey,
clearly a
I'm
bad move.
I
hey,
mean,
I'm not protecting the Empire here either.
I I mean, I was a teenager.
Oh,
When I
Same here.
was, yeah, I wasn't,
my
There's
bad.
sorry, there's a difference.
Not really. No.
not really. I mean, we were still children. I mean, but we weren't like Nestos in Merrick's age.
Weren't you?
I
Isn't he like around, I guess, 15-ish? I don't know how
Is
his.
Nestos, how old is Merrick?
American Nestos are right around like old Padawan age.
I
You were
always,
considered old if you were close to your teens.
Yeah.
Like,
so they're like
I still was,
10,
because the way
12.
they acted, I was still putting them around 6, 7.
like
I know.
I can't
It's
tell.
been a little bit
Oh,
hazy.
sorry.
Oh, and not to interrupt real quick. Okay, so Colin, I managed to find it. You understand that's just for like learning tactics, right? Or are you just trying to get it as like because it's not something you would carry around on you.
Uh, I know it's just more of a thing of um, like if the Empire did
Something for the
want,
team or
yeah,
something.
something for the team.
Perfect. Okay, you're good there.
Since since it since it's more of a thing of like if we're going to be fighting the Empire, I can at least show you how some of these things were ran
Sure. Okay.
instead of.
Yeah, 100%. You can do that.
So,
Yeah, no.
do any of
So,
you have any more questions?
no, no questions.
Um.
I suppose I'm happy to have said my piece
Yeah.
and
No.
let you know that, I worry about these people. Um,
I.
because I feel like I bear responsibility. I mean, we all bear responsibility for whatever has happened to them since because of this.
I agree.
Yeah. No.
I fully agree with you. And I don't know if I will ever have the opportunity to atone for their grief. I hope to.
I just to listen. You guys have heard about some of the stuff I've done before you met me, some of which had to do with freeing slaves.
Right.
I couldn't always do it. I had to watch ships leave the station full of slaves that I couldn't do anything about. I'm not an angel here. I'm not trying to come to you like a place where I'm pure and light and you have made terrible decisions. That's not it. And it's not just that I couldn't help. Sometimes I was afraid to help. I'm not trying to damn you for the decisions you've made,
Yeah.
but I I bear the guilt of every ship that flew away and delivered slaves. I bear the guilt of decisions I was too afraid to make, or not just unable to help with. That's a matter of circumstance. But sometimes I was afraid to. I was hesitant to. I made decisions that let people become enslaved or let people get hurt. I mean, the place where I used to work is not a nice place. I saw a lot of bad things happen. And had I tried to go be a hero and solve all of them, I wouldn't be here. I've been shot in some back alley. So,
And that was a mechanism you used to stay safe. And I was the same way. I There were many times that I could have used my abilities to help somebody, but I was too afraid to do so because I didn't want to be hunted.
so it sounds like this wrong that we've done to Nestos's parents and whoever else is in his family. I don't even know if he has siblings. But this wrong that we've done might soon be addressed. And that's what I need to continue.
According to Nestos, it is. He does not regret anything. That
Space
was
Wizard.
that. Well,
Of course he doesn't.
that was something that he really wanted me to understand and not to feel guilty for taking him, which that guilt's never going to go away.
Did you have this
Did-
conversation when he was playing Jedi, tag on the ship on Clarissa?
Yeah, he wasn't in any
Callista?
condition to be able to consent to what was happening to him.
No.
Well, but beyond that, he was, he's been here. I wouldn't regret it either.
Perfect.
Like I don't understand. That doesn't soothe me because I don't consider his opinion informed.
He
Yeah.
misses his family, but he also, on the other hand, doesn't regret it because he is learning how to use his abilities. Whereas if he had stayed, he would have become dangerous, and I think he understands that.
But I don't know if he's old enough to understand what his parents are going through.
I don't know if he understands what his parents are going through. I've never discussed that with him.
No, and don't. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want
Right.
him to understand that. I'm saying he's way too young to even consider what it would be like to have his own children. So no, don't broach that subject with him. But I'm just saying that him being okay with flying to the stars, learning the Force, and playing tag with a bunch of other Force sensitive children isn't really like what's going to soothe my conscience.
Of course.
Like, I'm sure he's happy where he's at. I don't think he's considered the ramifications of his disappearance, and he shouldn't. And until he goes home, and when he goes home, hopefully, both his parents will be there, and we'll be happy to see him.
Right.
I mean, like with me, I haven't. I don't even know if my family still exists.
But you don't remember them, right? You
No,
were taken as a baby,
I was taken at a very young age. Yes.
right? He was taken at 10 to 12, or like I say, I don't know how they age, but young juvenile or mid juvenile, I don't know. But he knows his parents. He knows his world. He knows, like, he's old enough to remember all of that. And at some point, he's going to gain the perspective of, oh, wow, as far as my parents are concerned, I died. And I don't know how long that's going to take. And it might be too late to go fix it or patch it, I should say. I don't know that the last year or so of their grief is, fixable, but it's patchable, and when they can realize that they were wrong.
Yeah.
that
Unfortunately, I am unable to draw from any of that kind of experience because the Jedi were my family, and then after the clones turned on us and we were hunted, it was just me. Drade is actually was the first Force user that I knew of. I'm sure there was probably others, but he was the first for that I actually knew was a Force user since leaving that battlefield.
We were scattered to the winds. It's not as if we could easily join together again
Mm-mm.
without revealing ourselves for who we were, which was clearly a death sentence, even technically now. But with regard to everything you said, Montan, yes, I at least fully accept that could have been handled better.
So
At the time,
which planet
multiple
did-
things were being juggled, and I had to make a decision. We both did.
So which planet did Nestos come from?
technically an
mapped.
uncharted world. It's not mapped. Currently staying that way for Empire reasons.
It was uncharted, but we ran into it when we were charting a basically backup route for Lord
Hyperlane. Tornar.
Tornar. Thank you. Out of character, sorry, my mind was running blank.
Totally fine.
Yeah, I have those moments all the time.
Yeah, we were in the black charting a new hyperspace lane and detected it and went and investigated, and now we have Nestos.
Yeah.
So it's very possibly you have the death sentence on that planet too.
Well, if they
Doran
knew,
just slowly
they-
looks at Drayden. She.
well, probably if they knew we were there, but
And took one of their citizens.
Right.
yeah.
Right. I mean, kidnapping could be a capital offense in most societies.
Yeah. Anyways.
It could be just a giant game of tag. We don't know.
Yeah. Anyways. Well, before I end up joining this, I'm having an Imperial Command combat sim delivered to the ship. If you're going to be going against the Empire, figured might as well pick this up.
Oh,
Sounds
Show
like
you-
it could be useful.
Show you how the Empire typically does certain operations or battles.
That would be useful.
yeah, that actually sounds great. Thank you, Jordan.
Hey, I might have been an adjutant, but I only have limited knowledge because I was stuck on a ship.
Well, that knowledge has been extremely useful thus far. Keep it up. Whenever we need to know a process that we know you've been through, that's come in clutch for us several times. So,
Well, each one.
and besides,
of
they
you,
think you're the leader of the team. Such a high bounty.
He just glares at Drake for that. Yeah, because we got stuck in a couple of situations where a human had to be more believable than you.
Yeah. Well,
And you handled it
appreciate it, buddy.
beautifully.
And he reaches over and he pats Jordan on the shoulder a couple times.
Right as Dre does that, your communicator chimes in. Doodle-oo, doodle-oo, doodle-oo.
Oh. Take a look, like
Tick, 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 tick.
Or
Yeah.
shoot first.
Wait, hungry.
captain's log. Start at 1234.5.
it's beefy.
Oh no. Reality bleed. Okay, yeah. So he's turns on his communicator.
Okay.
Straight here.
Yeah, it's a reminder letting you know that the meeting is in 20 minutes.
We probably should get going then.
Yeah.
Before we go, I wanted to make it known. I want you all to understand how I feel about each and every one of you. Each and every one of you is essential to this team. I know, Montan, you've always felt like you were the weakest link, but really, I do not feel we have a weak link. You can do things that we can't. Same with Jairus. Jairus has knowledge that we don't have. Doran has knowledge of the Empire that we don't have. Each one of you is important. Do not doubt your abilities.
I'm working on that because Dorn and I are the only members of the crew who weren't born to privilege. You're a queen.
I was-
wasn't born queen.
You
I
said-
happened to marry a king.
You said Doran. Who the hell said I was born to privilege?
Okay, I'm going to say that again. Dorn and I were the only ones not born to privilege.
Queen.
Still.
Who were you before the king married you?
Nasara got the pretty woman treatment. Come on now.
I mean, not exactly, but kind of, yeah.
I mean, you weren't like scrubbing toilets in the suburbs, and the kid
I
came by and said, "Does this shoe fit?"
I kind of was.
Okay, well, I'm actually interested in your backstory.
I
Anyway,
think we all have
You see that
interesting
you see that
backstories.
side cutscene, right in between where the NPCs are interacting or whatnot, and it says Montana's interested, and like a
Right.
green +1 kind of rolls up,
Did you think I learned these skills as a queen?
yes. Well, not the ones you gained lately, but the ones you had before.
The pickpocketing and the sneaking around and the merchandising?
Merchandising.
Merchandising. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I assumed that since you married a king, you were someone in the court.
I
My
was not.
my
And
family
in fact, that's partially what caused so much unrest on my planet, is because the people did not see me as a worthy queen.
like understand Baden has great houses, major houses and minor houses and so forth. So
I was a shopkeeper, and I had worked my way up to that point from the streets.
okay, well, interesting. But
And
still, you were a queen.
fell into a life of luxury, and it was tough.
Okay, well, I apologize.
But be that as it may,
I will include you in the people who drank from the hose as children.
be that as it may, I do appreciate the courtesy.
Let's all get our privileged and unprivileged butts alike out of here so we can get to that meeting on time.
Real quick, out of character, Jerry, what is initiative based on again? What's that?
Initiative is based off of
Perception.
I
Perception,
think,
yeah.
Chutzpah and moxie. You add those together.
I would like to buy a few dots of moxie for the cargo droid. Anyway,
I want to play a game that has those two stats.
Yeah.
I mean,
and only those two stats.
I know, right? It's chutzpah and moxie.
It's called
Maybe
Go Play
a little
Vampire.
verb for a bonus.
Okay, that's going to be a moxie roll with a +1 difficulty.
I believe human occupied landfill has chutzpah, but I don't
Oh, God,
think it has
yeah.
moxie.
All right,
it's
well,
go- yeah, it's
I'm gonna buy
called
some
Go
perception
Play
for Mocha.
Vampire the Masquerade.
Okay, so you guys have finished your shopping. If you got anything, put it in the Discord chat, kind of like
Yeah,
Colin did.
did we even make it to any stores?
Yes, presumably you did.
Okay.
So if you have anything,
I hope not, because of the topics that we were discussing.
We're walking through like talking about kidnapping people.
That was between stores, not like,
That was afterwards when we all got ice cream.
there you go. Yep.
Yep.
With blue
What do
milk.
you guys think? Does this go with my
Blue milk ice
kidnapping story, or
That
if you
would
get
have
back
been in
to
the corner of the cantina.
if you get back to the estate, as per usual, Drade and Nasara are brought in. The rest of you are given snacks and drinks and whatnot provided to you outside.
Privilege.
Wow. I mean, nobody's asked me why I go in there. Just saying.
I think at this point we all know why you go in there.
Okay. Here again, we're
That
putting
is
the
out of the
cart
bag.
before the horse.
So, anyways, the two of you get in there. Lord Torinar comes back up to his desk at this point. He supplies Drade with a data pad. And he says, I have discovered something lost to time, and I need your team to make it a priority to find out if this is going to be viable.
So he looks at the data pad, like what's on that first page of info.
The first
So
page of
to-
info talks about a place called Asylum. And it dates back over 3,000 years ago.
Is this another of your old Republic lore things?
It so happens to be in this particular case. And I think, after doing some research of my own and some contacts getting back to me, this may be doable. As of right now, I'm sure you're aware that the Jedi Praxium ship is orbiting. Well, I should say it's not really orbiting, but it's hiding within Bespin.
Right.
And while that is an independent system, it's not above or beneath the Empire from stepping in and just doing what they will with it. I'm concerned, as the members on that ship are clearly tied to the Rebel Alliance, that we find a better place for them to hide. And perhaps even another area that the Rebel Alliance could, in turn, use as another secure station to conduct whatever business that they need. In this particular case, it's not tactically sound. It's not going to be close to anything that's a viable target. You're going to be going out to the unknown regions.
Really? Wow, that's a risk in and of itself. This place must be some prize then, or at least you think it is.
I think it is. And it's not just that, but it's what we might find there. Spare you the details for the time being on that. Those coordinates, they are likely going to be off. That is believed to be the last known position. And if you factor in a little over 3,000 years, there's probably some drift.
Right.
So it's going to be up to you to potentially analyze that, make the jump, and then probably make a couple more jumps in that particular region to see if you can find it. If the information there is correct, this was formerly a shadow site, a place where people on the run could get their ships repaired. Now, granted, most of that technology is probably going to be grossly out of date, but having such a platform would be viable. It could be updated and upgraded, especially if we successfully scout it out. And if viable, we could get the scrap bees involved. I'm sure they could get such a place up and running within no time flat. That's their MO.
So, head to the given coordinates. Likely it won't be there, so we're going to have to do some hunting and searching until we find it. Then when we do, are you expecting us to board it and make sure that it's viable?
Yes. At least give a precursory check. I don't need you to go over every nook and cranny. But obviously, is it in one piece? Any immediate booby traps that you might find? Any important intelligence that might be left around? If I'm assuming, let me put it this way: if my contact is correct, this may lead to something even bigger. I just don't want to say anything because I don't want to get anybody's hopes up at this point, or more importantly, just in case that there's any ears in the walls.
Understood.
Also, now that I have the two of you here, and obviously Asada is back with the. How is she? But what the two of you make of her? Can she be trusted still?
In my honest opinion, I think she can be trusted. She's gone through a lot, major changes. It has to do with an understanding of the Force and what she's went through with that, but ultimately, the way she sees it is different, but not non-viable. She hasn't fallen to the dark side, so to speak. So I think she's fine. And then he looks to Nassar. How about you? What's your take so far?
I also think that she's come back stronger and maybe different, but no less dedicated.
Okay. Well, I will take your recommendations then, and obviously keep her on the team. I know that you are unfamiliar with this, but this is something specific to our little sector. Dates back obviously a while, even I don't know how far. But at one point in time, and I think I may have mentioned this before, but at one point in time, the members of House Massetti had been tied to the Sith Order.
Why does that not surprise me?
It
Well,
all makes sense now.
They are our house's most significant enemy, I should say. I don't
Most
know
worstest?
most worstest. There we go. I don't know to what extent they still are. I would imagine there was some of that around. I don't know how kindly the Inquisition would take to that. They don't seem to be friendly to Force users that exist outside of their particular order. So,
Right.
there is that little bit of information. But the House Massetti has what was called the Macrosa Order, and that was their most secretive of their particular Force users and assassins. So it would seem, at least based on my contacts, that you have garnered their attention.
See.
So just as a heads up.
Well, good to know. Guess we'll just add them to the list of those hunting us and deal with them accordingly if they make the mistake of crossing our path.
Speaking of which, if they do, I don't know if this will be possible, but try and take one alive.
And bring them back to you specifically or somewhere
Correct.
else? All right.
There could potentially be quite a bit of information we could garner from them should we get them to talk, and that would be invaluable in case for future military action, which I'm certain is going to be coming at this point.
Right. With regard to that, how prepared is House Pelagia for any type of action?
Well, I can't go into detail as to what the High Lord has involved. He obviously has the defense of the house first and foremost on his mind ever since he has taken over. So he is also well aware of the potential external threats that we have. As for my contribution to said defense, as you are aware, it is now officially up and running, and we should be in place soon.
Excellent. It's good to hear. Impressive that they were able to work on all of that so quickly. That was a large operation to handle.
Money talks.
Apparently. Well, excellent. Beyond that, And he looks at Asara. Did you have any questions regarding the briefing? Because I think I'm set on what we need as far as getting here.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Well then, Lord Tornar, if that was all, then thank you. Oh, I take it the standard 15,000 with possible escalators for this mission?
Correct. And if you are able to, you'll know it when you see it. If you're able to obtain the information that I'm looking for, if there's something credible, I'll throw a couple extra thousand in there just for safekeeping.
Noted. Excellent. I think we're ready then. Thank you, Lord Tornar, and may the Force be with you.
May it serve you well.
Turn with Nasara and head out to join the team.
All right, so just as Nasara is heading out, he politely gives her a kiss on the cheek. Obviously well aware that the people already know, so no reason to hide it now.
I was gonna say this time, now that they don't have to hide it anymore,
Right.
she'll actually
Nasara
like
and Thorn
kiss
are
him back,
sitting in a tree.
like for real. So
Okay.
She forgot the playground tenant to her new Path of the Wild.
For the notes, what was the name of the assassin order in Massetti?
The Necrosa. So it sounds like Necrosa, but with an M.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So then, walking back to the team, gather everybody, grab a finger sandwich, down that real quick.
oh yeah, good idea.
Yeah, and then joining everybody goes. All right, folks, we got another assignment here. 15,000 for the group, plus any escalators, plus any juicy data we manage to grab from the site we're going to go to.
Where are we going exactly?
Well, have you ever explored the unknown regions?
Didn't we just have that conversation?
Dorn's face quickly
Yeah,
goes to
last
WTF
Tuesday.
because he knows that where the sector they're currently in is located, the jumps would be taking them closer before they manage to hit unknown.
Well,
Drade, we're going to be having to hit a few layers of Imperial space before we actually hit the unknown.
that's why we have you.
And that's going. I'm wanted.
Yes, but
No,
you
he's
have
the leader.
you have the knack
He's more
for
wanted.
convincing them that they should just let us pass. You know,
They're
I
going
think-
to
I
arrest me if
think, Drake, I think he has more Jedi tendencies than we do. It's kind of like he just kind of goes, "We will pass,"
He
and they
just-
agree.
he just
Wouldn't you
stares at them
agree?
both. They're
You know-
going to arrest me and possibly the rest of us if we get pulled in by an executor. Because I am not only would I be executed for being the leader for those ISB stunts.
So it's just us here, right, in this little sitting room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Montan's on his data pad, and he pulls up, Owen's wanted poster.
Yeah.
He's like, "You mean this? Is
Hmm.
that what you're talking about?"
I'm more meaning the recent one of me being listed as the leader.
You know,
Yeah, I think that's in
notes.
here.
I
Is it
think
You know we won't let anything happen to you, right?
Is it different than this one? And he scrolls it to show his own wanted poster.
What Montan's getting at here is no matter who pulls us over or sees our faces, that's already a risk that we have to take. I get where you're coming from, though, Dorn.
I know. I'm more trying to explain. Because of how we're going to be getting to the unknown regions due to where we're located. We're going to be getting closer to the core worlds and colonies before we manage to get through there.
Oh, Colin, you wouldn't be.
Oh,
But also,
Oh.
isn't that what hyperspace is for?
Well, we have been stopped by an interdictor before.
yeah.
Right.
No,
Oh, that's
so out of character, Colin's in character comments are still technically valid. 'Cause, like Mike said, that's how they catch you is you take the hyperspace lanes through certain sections, and they have gravity wells out. Come to a stop. Now you get policed because you guys have had that happen before. But Colin, if you're getting a little confused with the way the map is set up, which is fine. It's a huge freaking map.
No shit.
From where you guys are at, the Tapani sector is in the colonies. If you're looking at the map, you would actually be not that
I didn't even know
north,
it was
south,
in the
east,
colonies.
west. Yeah, not that north, south, east, west are really relevant when you're talking about galaxies. But if you're looking on the map, you guys would actually be heading westward, out to the unknown region. So you would be going completely opposite direction of the core worlds.
Okay, I got that mixed up.
Okay.
Okay, I got that
Yeah,
mixed
No, no,
up.
you're totally fine.
At the same time, we don't know if the Empire is in those areas because it is unknown. So
Right.
his
Well, unknown, yeah.
so it's valid.
Unknown.
His concerns are valid.
Yeah,
as far as I'm
unknown.
Yeah,
concerned,
I
or
was just
he-
direction wise. I wanted to make
Yeah.
sure I let
Yeah,
him know so that way.
right.
Yeah,
they
no,
know.
unknown, yeah, but he's more going. We're going to be hitting areas that, even with the rebellion, there's going to be high Empire crackdowns before we hit that
and it is possible.
region.
And it's
It's
possible
possible
that
everywhere we fly.
hey, Montan, did they actually put my face on my wanted poster?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to look up Ashy Jack.
Um, Doran-
Look up Asada too, because
Doran just looks at it. It's probably a good thing. It's a possibility that they did.
I want to know how much my bounty is. I want to know if it's more or
It-
less than yours.
This isn't a contest.
Oh, all of them are less than Doran's right now.
Yeah.
This is a contest.
What about mine? Is mine less?
Yeah.
Listen, guys, if you want, I can take you to a bar where the lower bounty has to pay. So if you want to
No.
compete, we can go get some other people
No.
involved and get drunk in the process.
No.
As long as no
I'm not supposed
bounty
to be
doesn't count
drinking.
as low bounty, because I'm not paying for all of you.
You're not supposed to be a criminal either, but here we are.
Yeah. Well, I'm
I never
basically
considered
trying.
myself a
Yeah,
criminal,
no.
but
What I'm basically trying to say is, with you,
It's not the first time I've been a criminal,
with all of you,
and it won't be
is-
the last.
Can we agree as a group to try our very most best to not bring any children back from the unknown reasons this time?
I never say. I promise.
Fine.
What about the children we're bringing with us?
We're bringing
Jerome?
up children?
No.
Oh yeah, I
Jerome?
guess we're bringing one, aren't we? Maybe
Jerome?
two.
I'm curious. So do they have a face on Ashi's?
Everybody has one, yes.
So does she have one as Ashi and
Well,
as
exception of
Asada?
Jairus, but
Does she have two as Ashi and
nope,
as
just
Asada?
as Ashi.
Okay, so there's none for Asada.
Nope.
Okay.
All
Oh.
right,
Yeah,
Like-
no.
I'm gonna make sure that the ratchet is stocked up on like maternal needs stuff for the flight.
Sure, no problem.
Morning sickness medication.
Oh, and Jairus ends up getting a notification where his ship is docked, and it's upgrades that have been installed.
Yeah, no. Doran
Oh, I
has to
forgot.
take a quick moment to look at the sector before realizing, oh, well, still,
If we are stopped by any Imperial patrols, we'll do everything in our power to make sure everyone is safe and accounted for. We've gotten through that before. I know it gets
Three of
more and
us
more
have found.
difficult every time we deal with it, but we can deal with it.
Yeah, 3 of us are wanted by them.
You can
Um,
always put some facial hair on you.
Right.
Didn't
That's
we
not
already
gonna work.
change his appearance? Oh wait, his new appearance is now wanted?
Yes,
Right.
he's the ISB
That's right.
commander.
But still, even when we're going westwards towards the unknown regions, I got mixed up. Apologies.
It's all good.
so hey
Yeah.
guys, since we have 2 ships with equal hyperdrives now, do we want to take both ships?
It probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, it'll depend on what we're doing here. So, as far as the unknown regions, we've got a set of coordinates that we can hyper to. Because there's this site, it seems like it might be an interstellar base, once known as Asylum. But this dates back several millennia ago. It's one of those old, rare finds that may be useful for allies to use as a base not known by others. But we have to go to this area, look for it, find it, scout it out, make sure it's viable, and if possible, get on board and see if we can pull any possible data from any computer systems that are there. As he
So,
looks to Montan.
so this sounds like a honest to God shipyard we're looking for, a decommissioned unknown shipyard.
It may be. I don't have all the specifics of exactly what it's capable of, but it'll be pretty obvious when we find it.
Oh no, I get it. It's just this is sounding like a shipyard that you wouldn't want, like, nowadays the Empire to find.
Right.
Like, this would sound like something like pirates to be using.
It apparently did have a reputation for unknowables and those on the run to get their ships prepared. So it is out of the way for a good reason, but it's apparently been inactive, abandoned for a long time. So it's likely drifted from its previous location. We're going to have to find it.
Possibly.
It shouldn't
But
be too hard.
yeah,
Orbital mechanics being what they are. I
yeah,
don't-
Yeah, the computer can handle that.
yeah, yeah. But
I mean, calculations might take a bit, but
yeah, but we should probably still be careful. If it's out of the way and had a reputation for unknowables, it could possibly still be used by pirates, possibly the Black Sun.
And we'll have to make sure. So, with that said, we could take both ships in case there was anything on that location that we want to take back with us just in case, or as some sort of backup. What do you think about it, Jairus? You willing to fly the skimming Minoc alongside the Blue Saber?
Yes, of
And-
course. And I can work up some documentation showing both ships to have valid permits for being in the area or passing through the areas.
Fantastic.
Good idea. Jairus, if you're okay with it, I would like to travel with you. It'll give you not only a gunner but a force user as well.
There you go. Just in case it's needed.
Yeah, and her old identity is wanted, so you're not going to have to worry about issues with the Empire, from the sounds of it.
Correct.
So did you guys in downtime purchase an upgraded hyperdrive for Jairus' ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was coming off the money we extorted from the droid company.
Correct.
That's what I
Yes.
thought. That's why I was asking. Okay.
Yeah.
So cool. But no, the upgrades that were on your ship, Jairus, are listed as seats and webbing.
Oh
well, I
boy.
mean,
hell?
you gotta upgrade the seats.
Those are
Obviously.
expensive seats. Very plush, very comfortable.
I'm all about the webbing.
They got those
Okay.
warmers and the coolers.
Coffee cups.
But
Yeah,
what
right, yeah,
about
cup
the
holders.
webbing?
Yeah, the cup holders.
USB ports. Okay, I'm just.
Well, it's a
Little-
Moncal ship, so of course it has webbing. But
It's
Yeah.
got the
Oh, yeah.
TV, on the back.
I've
of where-
heard
where in
that the
front of you.
I've heard that Mon Calamarians made good ships.
That they do.
I mean, they look like fungal growths, but they move pretty well.
Well, they are an aquatic race, so
Yeah, they seem to build some of their ships that can go into and out of their own oceans and then into space. It's actually
That's
pretty
pretty
impressive.
wacky.
Mm-hmm.
So,
aquatic world.
So, anyways, so to get back to game, you guys take the shuttle back up to the Pelagian star / space station that orbits the planet, and you make your jump. You're gonna have to share the coordinates with Jarrus, then otherwise Jarrus is gonna have to wing it and
Just follow us.
right.
yeah, I
and try
go
to
ahead.
follow.
yeah, I go
Yeah,
ahead
drive-
and like.
Fly slow enough that we don't lose him.
No, yeah. So like before heading out, instead of transmitting it, if Jarrus
Make
has
sure
like a
you
data
show your
pad,
signals
yeah,
really clearly.
I'll just like type the coordinates into his data pad, so he's got that before we take off separately.
Okay. And then Montana, you gonna make the roll for R2 4 what? Not R2.
T4?
Sorry.
T4.
Yeah, T4 C0.
Taco.
Want to have a taco?
Taco. So I feel like I should spend the trip on the Minoc, familiarizing myself with his ship, because I've been on the Saber over a year. I know how it works.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea. But still need to roll for the droid so you can
Yeah, I'm doing it.
get everything put in and set on out.
Wait, hang on. It's been a while since I've done this SW roll, right?
Yeah.
SW. That's not coming up with anything. What am I doing wrong? Exclamation SW roll. Okay.
And then space, and then number of dice.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Oh, shoot. That's true.
Oh, it's showing the roller
no.
is offline.
Yeah, that roller looks like it's offline.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, I'll find another one.
We'll just do what we did before.
26.
Nice.
Alrighty. So not a problem. You input the coordinates. It is going to take about 96 hours to get there. So it will be a little bit of a flight. So once you've got the coordinates put in, you provide that to Jarrus's ship as well. So you guys are dropping into the same part of space coming out of Lightspeed. And off you go. The trip has taken you guys, if you're looking at a galactic map, you end up taking the Carillion trade spine and then bouncing up the sanctuary pipeline. And then basically stopping at a system and then launching back out kind of blindly, even though you got the coordinates.
Yeah.
Into the unknown region, which is pretty much what you have to do because there are no beacons out there.
Right.
One of the reasons why it's so damn dangerous. But you guys get there without much to ado, and when you drop out of hyperspace, you are in a giant gas cloud.
Ew.
Too close. As in like a nebula?
Yep.
Okay.
So
I bet
visually
that-
speaking, if you guys have seen any of the Star Trek movies when they dropped into,
Yeah. Okay.
I bet that
So-
messes with the sensors, right?
it does, but it's pretty.
His patterns indicate two-dimensional thinking. Well,
All right. Let's start scanning for any large, obviously artificial objects if we can in this area. Nebula's going to mess with it, but do what we can first.
Makes sense why the
All right, so who's
Okay.
going to do scans? Or sensors,
I
I
can
should say.
do. I can do. There's.
I don't know, Matt. What do you got for sensors?
Let's see. Mine currently are 32D.
Are
30
what?
slash 2D.
Okay.
32D.
Wait, 3D plus
For
2?
no 30 slash 2D.
Yeah.
For search, it's
Oh.
Shelly, I'm going to
65
have to
slash
have you mute yourself.
2D plus 2.
That's coming from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then the first number is the distance, and then the second, the D, is what's being rolled for that particular scan, or that plus your sensor's skill, rather.
Yeah. So for searching the nebula, I have a 65 range with an additional 2D plus 2 to my roll.
Right.
But I'm asking what your base sensor roll is. I have a 3D.
So do I.
Okay, your ship. You do it.
So 5D plus 2.
And then with regard to our ship for Brittany, let me bring that up.
That work?
no.
No, we decided that one didn't work. So we do slash. Ow!
That's the one that doesn't work, Brittany. It's offline right
That's.
now.
I was just checking. Sorry, I've got a gremlin
Thank you for backing
on
me
my
up
desk.
And Brittany, you can add.
Yeah, which one are we doing?
We'll do search as well, and you can add 3D to your sensors roll.
Ooh. But which dice roller are we doing?
Oh, just the basic one, I think. That's the one seems to work.
Yep.
I use the one
Which
that has
is
the
basic
D20
one?
shape.
The one with the 20 in the icon?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can put in, number D6 and enter, or number D6 plus whatever and enter.
Ow. Ah! Cat! You are not helpful.
Ooh.
Oh no! I'm gonna, do I have rerolls? I have one reroll. I'm gonna reroll that. That was a shame. Why? Here. Go chase your laser.
Okay, so
Yes,
it
good.
came out weird, but it would effectively be a 12 for me.
Why do you have the other?
I did 5d6 plus 2, and it put the
Oh.
2 separately.
Gotcha.
What?
Oh man.
Okay. Never mind.
I did get you another reroll.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, I will use that reroll. Okay, better.
There we go.
Okay, so
Where did the buff come from?
the ship probably.
The ship itself, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, ship.
Yeah, the ship, just like the fire control and whatnot, it has some dice that will add to that roll when you do it. So just make sure you're looking at the stats of your ship, and it will tell you on the sheet. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
alrighty. So you're scanning. It's taking, a bit trying to get its bearing, obviously with interference. And let me get this pulled back up. There we are. So, let's see. Oh, pardon me. Oh yeah, Paul. It will tell you occasionally that it's out of stock if too many have been reclaimed in a quick time period.
Session.
Just give a little bit of time.
Usually it just gives us a cooldown,
Yeah.
but like it'll say, like there's a user limit to redeeming rerolls, but
We'll have to see. Anyway, so
hey, now you just walk away.
Brittany, at this
Never.
point, Nasara, currently on the Blue Saber,
Yes,
you end up getting a ping. It is
I will.
unidentified. Colin, can you mute yourself?
Sorry.
You're okay. It is
I
metal,
will-
but it's unidentifiable.
Okay, I will point it out and say, "Can we get a little closer to this?"
Got it. Yeah, if you could share the coordinates and the vectors there, with the skipping Minac, we'll head that way.
I will ping a message to them with the coordinates, and it'll just say, "Checking out this these coordinates."
Okay. Oh, so Matt, when you got on board your ship, because obviously the update or whatnot, you can see in the cargo hold that there has been a row of seats added, as well as like the tactical webbing that comes down to help keep people in place or to stow gear.
Okay. The Minoc has fairly decent passenger capacity. Is there any indication why this was added?
It looks like it could fit a total of 20 more people.
Oh,
In a tactical sense.
Yes.
Okay.
So why don't you both make piloting checks as you come about and start heading towards the signal. Oh, thank you very much, Kayla. It's the layouts that I get are usually some that you can find, but then I add to it. Like the animated stuff you see for me, and at the top and the background, that's all something that came from a vendor I think I found on Etsy. But then the some of the other art that you see on here and whatnot, that's all like my design or stuff that I've taken from Star Wars, as well as the character pictures that a friend of ours made.
We're at 22 for Blue Saber.
Yeah, good rolls all around. Both of you guys got into the hard category, or difficult
because
category, I should say.
I took all the bad luck from them. You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, Nasara drew aggro for the bad rolls. So you two go flying, taking off out to the nebula at this point. Nasara, you're actually starting to ping in a distance a planetoid mass, but it's the opposite direction. And it's much further out.
Wait, what? Say that we're getting sensors in the opposite direction now?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do I know what that means?
That just means that you moved and you pick up some. Imagine for a second you're standing in the dark, right?
Yeah.
Like a closet or something. And as you
Okay.
turn around, a beam of light hits you. That's all that really means. It just means that you've changed positions. Sensor
Okay.
relays have picked up something else, but in this
Okay.
particular sense, it's actually the opposite direction, and it's coming up. Although it's not clear, it's coming up as a planetoid mass.
Okay. So I'll say, "Oh, hold up. We just picked up something else. And this looks like a possible planet."
Okay. Do we still have a
planet.
Yeah, do we still have the
position
first signal?
on
Mhm.
the other ping?
Yeah, you guys are still actively going towards the first ping.
How far apart are they?
Oh, a good bit. Like you would probably have to jump back into light speed for a little bit to hit the planetoid, or get close enough to the planetoid mass.
Are we? So we're closer to the initial ping.
By far,
Okay. Can I just like put a pin in the other
you absolutely can.
coordinates?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's likely the
so-
planet it was orbiting thousands of years ago, but it strayed away from it. Good that it didn't crash into the planet. It's looking up so
Yeah.
far.
Okay.
How does
Well,
the nebula have
we'll
a
keep
planet?
that on the radar. What was that, Mike?
How does a nebula have a planet in it? That's not how nebulas work.
Could be a rogue planet that made its way into this nebula, where the nebula managed to
Well,
eventually.
I'm
Also,
just
keep
saying
in
it's
mind it's a planetoid mass. It doesn't necessarily mean it's an actual planet.
Oh, it could be the one day the sun locally.
But it takes you a couple hours flying at safe speeds coming through, because you can tell not only and visually it's stunning, flying through this, but it's also very blinding.
Right.
Unfortunately.
We ordered the tent for the Minoc, right?
Right.
Uh,
Definitely.
But after a couple hours of flight time and still kind of, and even the signal comes in and out occasionally, but you're still in the right direction. But of course I forget what they called it in Serenity. He had a good term for it, Mary Hobbs or something like that. Mr. Universe is talking about how the nebula that was around the planet, or the gas or whatever was around the planet, would mess with your systems. Anyways,
Right.
as you guys continue going on, staying kind of close in formation, so you can still get visual confirmations on one another. You end up coming up to what appears to be, if you take a look at the picture that I've dropped into the Discord chat, a rather odd-looking metallic shape. But very big.
So that entire thing is what we're seeing.
Coming up on visual, yes.
Okay.
That entire thing is a shipyard. An old shipyard.
That's what
It
it's
looks
looking
like a
like.
microscope.
No, 'cause there's the docking, and it looks like that entire upper part would be for either this is one city in a nebula, or this is one completely decommissioned shipyard in the nebula, because this looks like this would have been for larger ships.
It does make sense. Let's see how close we can get here. Everybody who's on sensors, see if that thing has any shields raised, if any power's going through it. We don't want it to trigger any automatic defenses if they're still on after all this time.
Sensor people, give us a roll.
And let's see, for that, yeah, I guess it'd be the same. Yeah, it looks like it'd be the same roll as last time.
22.
Ooh.
No, not great, but
22 is well above difficult.
I mean,
It's very
considering I rolled a 76. See,
23.
he got better than me with less dice.
Nice.
That's
All right.
efficient.
Good job.
So, as you guys are scanning, you can see the picture. Yes, it is a big, and as you get closer, it doesn't look like it can service many capital ships, but it can service several at one particular time. Dorn's initial reaction was true. This particular place Not only it could probably service 4 or 5 capital ships at once. And then there's obviously smaller docking arms for smaller vessels, corvettes, light freighters,
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
Yeah,
Yes.
smaller shipyards would have areas for smaller ships for
Right.
people to come and go.
So, Jerome, looking at that picture, are those central towers like 20, 30 stories tall type towers?
Ish, yeah, they sure are. It was at one point in time a small little city that went with it. It just as you guys kind of fly over and start looking at it, yeah, it looks like this probably had a little bit of commerce here. You know, in essence, think of it along the lines of someplace you might find between Phoenix and Vegas. Just
Yeah.
out in the middle of nowhere, someone decides, okay, well, I need a gas station, I need a hotel. We need maybe 2 apartment complexes. We need, you know, couple, but almost enough to make it its own city. But really, everything here is a giant truck stop.
Yeah. Well,
But you can
Sure
Think
is.
you
this
can
might be the
detect
place?
no power whatsoever.
Hmm.
Did the sensors pick anything up?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Negative.
No,
Okay.
I was asking.
Oh, sorry, in character. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Continue.
It looks like there's no power.
So power's shut off. That's good to know. So no defenses.
I mean, this place is supposed to be 3,000 years old, right?
right. Just didn't know if there was anything still running. Things they made back then. Some of it
well,
runs for a long time.
yeah,
I
and there's
wonder if
also the
there's any.
possibility of people getting stuff back online to use.
Right. Okay. So let's both do some flybys, see if there's anywhere where we can feasibly successfully dock, form a true airlock. We're gonna have to go in with, our basic gear until we can establish some sort of life support on there if possible.
We're gonna have to have spacesuits.
Yeah. Dorn points out the areas that you can see is that would service that could fit the smaller ships. There's some areas that could fit the smaller ships. This place looks like it serves multiple capital ships, but also smaller ones.
Yeah, those platforms there might be the best bet that we have first off. Okay. Well, let's get closer, see if that's going to work out.
So as you two come flying in, obviously finding docking space is not a problem. The whole place is in disrepair, however.
Right.
So you're going to have to treat it as if, like, basically, you guys can dock on the same arm because there's plenty of space for light freighters here. But you're going to have to use magnetic clamps to stay on board and keep the seal attached. The automatic clamps here, since there's no power,
They don't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
little more effort on our
nothing here
part.
works. But you can see that the metal has got aging and scoring all over it, like maybe even a dust storm came through here at some point, or small meteorites. So it's been health. It has an unhealthy level of peppering from whatever has occasionally come through here.
Yeah. So
But
Dorn
it's
pipes.
relatively in one piece.
Yeah. So Dorn
we
pipes
need-
up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Do we
Brittany.
need to watch for space slugs?
Great question. You did a scan for life form. You didn't come up with anything.
Okay.
Okay.
So they still qualify as a life form.
Oh, they sure do.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That's good.
yeah. So Dorn pipes up, seeing the city part. This looks it. So it is a. From what I can see, it is a shipyard, but not the ones we would be seeing even 3,000 years ago from the looks of it. This looks more like something you'd see, like, say, if you were doing like what we did when we found that one uncharted planet. You would set this up for like near a planet, so when other ships are flying by, if they need like to refuel or get serviced.
Yep.
This looks like something like you would set up near a trade route or a scouting route.
That sounds
This
about right.
this
We
does
were
not
told that this is more or less a place where others could come to get repairs that didn't want to be found.
that didn't want to be found. Yeah, so this place probably, I don't know if I would say, I don't want to assume like it would be separatists because this does not show any signs of military besides like possibly the shipyard part. But
Actually, does this place show any livery at all?
I said military. Like any form of like it would be military.
Well, livery meaning like identification of like a military, anything like that. Are
Yeah,
there
yeah.
any symbols or whatnot that we can see from this distance, Jerome? Anywhere?
Yeah,
on there?
they're simple. You don't recognize them, but
Okay.
yeah. There's one
Yeah, hard to
there's one overriding one that you see fairly frequently. So it's probably the symbol that they used for Asylum.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
We'll probably find more about this place once we're off the ship.
exactly. Let's see what we can do. So yeah, we'll see about docking and clamping on magnetically to get a firm hold
Yeah.
on the
Yep.
spot.
Okay.
Because with the power off in this place, we're not getting anywhere without the suits.
That too.
So I am going to bring T4 and Marco, and I'm going to strap a flashlight to Marco. So that, just in case, I don't know if he has his own light, but
Okay.
and send them ahead of us to start mapping.
You mean like a floodlight to him, right?
We're in pitch black. Anything
And
will work.
not like a little pin light.
A laser.
Well, the
He's a cat now.
the nebula that you're in, as like you see in the picture, there is light that's reflected,
Yes.
refracted.
Yeah.
So you can see kind of like it would be day out on the outsides, but yeah, still on the inside. Since there's no power, it's going to be completely dark.
There doesn't tend to be a lot of windows in engineering, so.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let's find our way there.
Okay, everybody gets strapped up into suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your magnetic clamps attached to the docking arms that are here. You guys start getting out and walking along. You do see faded writing as you guys are coming down the passageway through the docking arms. You can see that there's faded writing like on the walls that appear to be like an old form of Arabic. So if anybody wants to roll languages to try and read it.
Yes.
I got languages.
I do. I want to roll.
I want to call the protocol droid to come with us too.
Okay.
Not a bad idea, actually.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Yes. You have to
I'm
do the
on my
voice.
way.
Oh, damn.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Colin hit a 6.
Yeah.
21.
Spontanewan.
That is very difficult.
Yep.
Sweet.
Roller says
Oh,
lucky number 13.
Everybody knows what it says.
Oh, okay. I get to roll again. I got a 6.
Yeah,
yes, you
exactly.
I
did.
forget about that. So 15.
So Matt got a 7.
Yeah, nothing impressive there.
That's okay.
Yep,
sk-
definitely appears to be a form of Arabesh.
Yep.
It appears found in form, some form of electricity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Obvious.
All right, so Colin just slammed that particular roll. Actually, what it is a instructions on what new customers are supposed to do and where to go. It's a little broken up because obviously it's faded, and you guys have to shine the light on it, brush off dust to to see the whole thing. But ultimately, that's what it is. It's some writing to tell you where to go. Now, where these places are, no clue. But it's clear, like this place probably did, during its heyday, did a brisk bit of business.
Okay, so it's just instructions for like customers where to go, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
They're just instructions for customers.
Well,
So and it's a form of Arabic, so this had to be somewhere near to get some. This was either ran by people who knew Arabic or was at least somewhere built near a planet that whose population was mainly Arabic speakers.
right. Okay.
I want to have the protocol droid Whistler just record everything and
Sure.
just build a file.
Sure. Okay. So,
if we
he's
can,
just looking around and kind of doing his thing.
So, really, yeah, they're just customer instructions for when it was in its heyday.
got it. Okay.
All
We
right,
need to
well-
find power, if there is any. If we can get it back online here, that'd make everything else easier.
Yeah,
Probably going to be towards the bottom of the station in the middle.
yeah. That it's either that or it's probably going to be in one of these buildings. We'll have
yeah,
to.
but
So as you guys continue to going down the hall, you can see that although some are in a good bit of disrepair, there were monitors as you walk down. The way this hallway looks, it's almost like an airport. Like as you're going either up or down, it's hitting you with advertisements every so often. Obviously, monitors are off. There's no power here, but it looks like that was the intention. Like, giving you reminders. Hey, do you want this? Do you want that? Sort of thing. Like you get the impression that these guys, even though they were supposed to be out of the way, right? It's supposed to be a secretive place. It was way more Cosmo here, in its heyday. Like they had other reasons for you to stop here. Like, it wasn't just a refill. It was grab a bite to eat. It was, whatever. Like as you're getting closer to town, you can see the remains of stuff that was painted on the walls, and that there had been some other monitors that likely talked about updates for ships coming in or out, or orders or whatever, or maybe just signs for shops or whatnot. Like I said, it wasn't huge, but this was actually kind of a good bit of a call it a commercial garage with a Buc-ee's.
Okay. All right.
That would probably be a good analogy there, if you know what
I'm
a
gonna
Buc-ee's
see if I can find a keychain with my name on it.
Right.
But as you get closer, what was the protocol droid? What was its name again? Did you give it one?
Whistler.
Whistler? Okay.
forgot I was on mute. Yeah, Whistler.
Okay. Yeah, so Whistler pauses and he looks at the side and he can see some some painting, and he says, "Who is the Outlander?"
The Outlander.
I don't know. Why? What do you see?
So he points and he says, "Well, the The older Arabish here says, "Who is the Outlander?" Apparently, there was somebody named an Outlander, and someone wished to know his name or her.
That 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 sounds more like a title or nickname.
Is it like printed like all the other things on the wall, or is it like spray painted on or something?
Yeah, spray painted on.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
It
graffiti.
has a little bit more of a graffiti look to it. Yeah,
Okay.
not
so,
uniform like some of the other ones were.
So Dorn just says the Outlander sounds more like a title or nickname for somebody. Nobody would name their child the Outlander.
Right.
Well, whoever the Outlander is, they've probably been dead for a while.
You never know.
Well, this station has been dead for a while, so
Can we tell how old the paint is, Jerome?
Not without getting a deep scan on it, and that would actually take some time.
Like, does it look like it might be 3,000 years old, or was it more recent than that?
Oh, it's definitely not recent. Aging wise, it looks like it was probably around the same time as the rest of the stuff.
Okay.
I mean, give or take a couple of years.
Okay.
Hey, Whistler, that is more of a title or nickname somebody was given 3,000 years ago.
Oh, very well. He's kind of shambles on and looking at stuff.
It could be interesting if there's more signage with that moniker on it.
Granted, but that's going to be secondary. Primary mission here is to make sure this entire place is feasible and get actual data off any systems if we can.
Of course.
Hence why
And
power would be great if we can
yeah,
find it.
first order of business is get the power back on.
Trade, do you think it would be wise for us to split in teams of 2 and just keep the contact through the communicator?
I think once the power's on and the station becomes more reliable for us to travel, then we'll split. But I don't see a reason we have to do that right now. If there isn't a need, let's stick together first.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with Drade with this one. The place is pitch black and we don't even know if possibly any droids are still active on this place.
There could be unstable portions that we fall through and enter the vacuum of space. We really just don't know. We have to be careful.
Yeah, so once the lights are back on, then we can probably start splitting.
Well, then let's get the power on.
Right.
Yeah.
So as you guys exit the docking arm, and it basically opens out, you have to. The doors are not, because there's no power. You can just pull them out, but there were airlock doors that you had to walk through. Looked like they were specifically for decon purposes, because there was a little control booth for somebody to take care of that, make sure that you were decontaminated as you came through.
Decontamination booth.
And then they open up to the main platform. So like you guys are now on the main platform itself. That was probably a little plaza at one point in time. You can see that there were the remains of tents that were down here. Probably again following a bizarre type of mentality.
Right.
None of them are up. There's scraps of cloth that just kind of float aimlessly around a little bit, in that vicinity, as well as some poles and miscellaneous garbage that hasn't managed to drift off. Otherwise, the deck is pretty clean of most of the debris. You see another sign in Arbish. It says, "Welcome to Asylum." And then the another one, as you guys are walking in further, you see, the protocol droid Whistler ends up finding another of the painted signs on the side, and it looks like right above it was probably a monitor that gave better directions. But in this particular case, the what he is able to determine is, he's like, oh well, this one here says employees only. Surely we must be on the right route.
Sounds like it. Let's take a look.
And so as you walk by, and he pauses again, and he looks, and he says, "Oh, that was rude."
What was rude?
He
Another
says,
sign?
He says, "I found a rather derogatory comment aimed towards an individual by the name of Valkorian."
What?
What does it say?
Oh, I can't repeat it. It's derogatory.
I'm sorry. I had to mute my mic. What I missed because I had to take my headphones off.
Oh. Not much. We're talking to Whistler here. Well. Okay. Note that, I guess. Montan, I didn't know you had Whistler be such a stickler for language. I mean, I know that's his thing, but wow.
I bought him right after we picked up Nestos so that we could help Nestos learn basic.
Oh,
That's
well, right.
We've had him the whole time. He doesn't get used much, but here we are, possibly in need of translating things. I mean, when we get the computers online, they're going to be in the same language as we find on the walls.
That's a good point.
So, thought we could use the help.
Okay.
So, Master, do you mean to say that most of it will be derogatory and defamatory?
Yeah.
I can't guarantee that it won't be.
Oh my! So he keeps walking on at this point.
You didn't tell him that most of it will be in Arabic.
Well, everything's going to be in Arabic, but how saucy it is really up for debate.
Touche.
Okay, so you guys continue. You're being careful. I don't need to. I don't want to lose a lot of time for role play, but you, based on how you guys are navigating the facility and making an assumption, where it's going to be, where the primary generators and engines for the platform are going to be located. You do manage to find it. It takes another 2 hours wandering around doing it, but as you start getting further in, it makes more sense. I mean, despite it being ancient, right? A submarine is still going to be built similar to another submarine. If you go towards the back, that's where the engines are at. There may be some other things that are different, but so you do manage to find your way. You do have to use flashlights the whole way because it's completely dark. Montan, why don't you give me a check real quick for repair?
Man, I was working on installation engineering too. But that's so expensive to get. What kind of repair?
One sec.
I have droid, I have computer, I have repulsor lift repair, I have space transport repair. I just don't have installation repair. Is that a non-advanced skill? I should find that.
Let's take a look. Either way, it's probably just going to be your mechanics.
He's even
skill.
got Jedi repair.
I think so.
He used that earlier when he was talking to us.
He just sets them down and pulls out a tool and starts working on their head.
Clearly, this one needs replacement arms.
Exactly. Makes
That's
sense.
where he got it from.
All right, base technical. 9.
Oof.
9?
Okay, well, you get a good look at it, And
Maybe
you're
it's
like,
not a good help.
you get a good look at it at first, and you're like, wow, this is like, I know it's a machine, and I know this is the power button, but beyond that, I'm a little lost.
Can I give it a shot?
Yeah, if you'd like, go ahead.
I have a 3 in mechanical, so
Well, technical, but
well, no, mechanical.
You have to use technical.
Technical
for
is your
repairs.
repair skills.
Yeah.
Mechanical is your operating machine skills.
Oh, okay.
So technical is your knowing things about machine skills.
Okay.
yeah, no worries.
I thought you were using mechanical. My bad.
No, I did say that, so that's why you got that. So, no worries.
Oh, sorry, was I supposed to? It's less dice.
No, technical is fine. Technical works.
You could have told me I could if you.
I'm going full like Montgomery Scott on this. It's like, what is this? What were they thinking? This makes no sense.
Okay, so Colin got an 8. So just below Montan. Yep. So it was powered by some sort of electricity.
They're both a bit flummoxed.
Yep.
This
Huh.
They could look
shouldn't
around a little
even
bit
work.
more.
Jairus is just going to reach into the mechanics and flip a switch.
Okay, so there's no roll that's necessary. So you flip the switch, nothing.
Well, no, I'm going to roll my technical, but I'm kind of just like Jairus is just going to kind of reach in.
Okay.
He's playing the part of Dennis the Menace.
I'm setting my die roller up here for success. Bam, 13. Oh,
That one.
And you got a 1.
was-
Okay.
yeah.
So
Is it?
It's so much for that success.
so as he as he reaches in there real quick, he's like, okay, let me take a look at this, and he hits the button, and then as he hits the button, or I should say flips the lever, like the lever just comes right off, just reap.
Oh, lever.
This reminds me of the first time the rest of us boarded the Saber.
Yep, for the first time.
Well, this is why it didn't work for you. Here,
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'll put that here. Can we stay at it? Try again?
Yep, sure can.
I'm using my mechanical this time.
Well, mechanical is for the operation. You need technical.
Jesus. 12.
Oh, Colin got 6
Nice.
though.
Nice.
Oh,
Good
we got
looking.
another one.
Keep going.
Another one.
Oh my God. That's 25.
1525, yeah.
Wow. So, I don't know if you ever saw Battlestar Galactica, but they had some particular scenes where the Cylons would be in the back for ambiance or whatever, like they were supposed to be doing something, and all they did was there was these like handles that they would hold onto, and they would lift and pull down, and then lift and pull down. And if you paid attention to the background, you see it. And that's basically what Colin did. Dorn's just like, doing whatever, trying to figure it out. It doesn't. He doesn't get it to power up, but as he figures out what can open and what can be looked at, obviously the machinery on the inside and the circuit boards and whatnot, super aged. Super aged. If you're going to get this thing up and running, you're going to have to find viable replacements for like all of it. Obviously it's not impossible, but if you're going to need replacement parts to put into this particular system, which the benefit here is that any tech that you have by default, it's going to be a little bit smaller. So while you might have to jury rig it to be in place, it's going to give you a lot more room to work with. And then you're going to have some sort of power source powerful enough to at least give it a jump, so it can get active under its own power.
Is this okay? I think I missed something in the middle. Are we at engineering? Is that what we're looking
Yes.
at?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought we were still trying to find our way there.
No.
All right. Well, guys, it's busted. That's my professional opinion.
Can it
In
can
blunt
it get
terms.
fixed?
I mean, it can be
yes.
rebuilt.
Can you
Yes, actually, we just have to jury rig some parts we have to get because
can you tell what we would need to fix it?
With that roll, yes.
yeah, he just explains what parts that they just need to jury rig the generator back up so it can
Right.
come back on its own terms.
Oh, Mike, I don't know if you saw that, but Shelly gave you another reroll.
I saw that. Thank you. I recorded it.
Really, this is just a case of it just needs to be jury rigged at this point. It's aged to hell.
Do we have those parts that we need, or are we going to have to cannibalize other parts of the station?
The station, it might be. The station is 3,000 years old. I'm willing to bet their parts are aged like this too.
But they would be compatible because it's from the same era.
True, true.
So here's my concern. We might be able to cannibalize other parts of the station with, like, if we can find a similar part, but we'd be cannibalizing, for example, a whole arm of the station to bring its power stuff here, and then that arm would still be dead because we couldn't get power to it, but we could get power around the core, and that's assuming nothing aged or rusted, which, I mean, most of our metals don't rust, so that shouldn't really be a thing. So it's possible. Most of the stuff we have on the ship isn't rated for the levels of power that an installation uses.
Right.
They're rated for freighters. They carry that much power. So, like, if we put the parts in place, we could use one of the ships to jumpstart the core here. Like, we could use it for that, but we couldn't use it to, like, really, we can't hook the station up to the ship, I don't think, and get much result. We might be able to plug it in and get a little result, but I don't want to drain the ship and not be able to fly home.
Right.
Although this place might have fuel.
What do we know about the planet that it used to revolve around?
It's over there.
Was there any specific information on that on the data pad?
It never orbited a planet. It was always in this gas giant.
Okay.
Oh, I
So-
wonder if we could find any kind of resources on the planet.
That planetoid thing that we saw earlier?
Yeah.
I knew I should have bought a fabricator after that planet with Nestos.
Well, getting some power active in the installation would be better than none. But we could also check out that planetoid to see if it has something, kind of a shot in the dark, but maybe there's something there to be used.
There's a few.
Jerome,
We haven't
would the-
seen any droids or any other.
Oh, you have. I didn't put that in the description, but yes, I mean, you would have definitely seen there, some remains of droids floating around.
Are there any droids here in engineering?
Yes, but again, they're like just free floating, and many of which have similar damage and scoring.
I'm wondering, like, if we can find a repair droid here in engineering, then its task will clearly have been to repair engineering, which means it should have some knowledge specifically about how this installation should work.
Oh, that's a good call.
If we can take it, we can just take one of these things back to the ship, give it a charge, and maybe ask it or maybe download schematics from it about how this all works, and maybe to get it on, that would give us a leg up on getting the place online instead of just blindly shooting power into it and hoping it doesn't explode, for example.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because if we can get this generator back on, we will be able to wander Asylum without.
Okay, Jerry, do I think one of my droids, probably my cargo droid, could generate spare juice enough to turn one of these things on?
Oh, you mean your droid turn on another droid?
Like if I can, plug this, one of these local repair droids into the power cord.
No, it wouldn't have enough.
All right, well, we can take it back to the ship.
Yeah. I've been thinking we need a gonk droid.
We have a dock droid. Yeah.
Gonk.
Gonk.
Oh, a donk. Yeah, no, we have a donk droid too. Did you see when it threw Owen? I mean,
All right. Well, yeah, let's gather.
Well, if we have a gonk droid, that would.
a gonk droid. Yeah.
Yes.
No. I've already made the blue saber crowded with droids, so.
Then
So
you
now
won't
it's the
mind
skimming droid's turn.
if I obtain a gonk droid?
No, go for it. No, I'll maintain that thing too.
All right, then let's grab one of these maintenance droids, bring it back to the Saber, work on it there, see if it gives us any info.
So again, I'm not going to role play through all that. You have the benefit of the fact that there's no gravity, so there's no strain in bringing this thing back. It's just a matter of just push, a little bit as you go. The strain really is just the magnetic shoes. Back up the travel arm, back into the Blue Saber. Montan, why don't you give me a roll for your droid repair?
I will use that reroll I just got from Shelly. Thank you, Shelly.
You're welcome, badass.
21.
Much better. 21.
Well, with the category shift, so.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, at least not for this particular role. All right. So, now that you've had a good look and Dorn kind of explained like what he was seeing when he opened up the engineering cells and whatnot. Yeah, but you get a chance to look at this and you're just like, wow. you look this thing over and you're like, man, this is kind of like looking at T4 originally before I rebuilt it from the inside. So you take a few moments, dust some things off, check the boards, check the memory core. It looks like it's going to be okay. It was built to be durable. So you take a moment, plug it up to the ship to start charging, and it eventually comes online, and it has like a really bad kind of 8-bit voice. I am repair droid.
Would you like to play a game?
No!
Moving to repair.
Do you have the schematics for the operation of the Asylum power core?
So it like turns and then looks at you and says, "Do not identify as employee." And it lets out what some like air raid sounds like they're accessing the internet.
I love the sound of droids screaming in the morning.
All your faith belong to us.
Oh no.
I'm actually just going to give it a minute because I think it's trying to access the network, which is entirely gone. So I'm going to let it figure that out.
Okay, I mean it's waiting there. At this point, it starts getting up to start making its way back down to the engine room.
I'm going to follow it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now everybody starts walking back down.
Back again.
Yep. It's occasionally saying something like just randomly around as it's looking around, like it's cataloging things it's going to have to do.
I am grabbing my. I have a droid control unit. I have for hostile droids. So I'm going to take it with me. I'm not going to use it yet, but just in case I have to override this thing's programming,
Sure.
I'll have it with me.
Right. Okay. And away you go. So back down again. It's been a long day at this point. You guys are getting pretty tired. You put in way more than 8 hours trying to do all this, just to let you guys know.
Yeah.
You get down to engineering and it just starts cataloging and looking for, parts. You hear it, say out loud, probably part recognition, looking for the code, the VIN number, and then wandering around to go find it. And of course, noticing all the mess as it does.
This is fascinating.
Does it say anything like? So is it trying to get the core online?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it say anything like needs parts or anything? Is it vocal while it works?
It is, but it's at this point it's realizing that the parts that it needs aren't where they're supposed to be. They're like floating around somewhere, so it's just kind of like aimlessly wandering the halls or the turns or whatnot, just looking for what it needs. And it is starting to occasionally find like a piece here or a piece there, sort of thing, and then it will randomly say something like code violation.
Yep, bureaucracy. There it goes.
Report to
Why don't-
management.
Why don't we let this little guy do his work and come check on him in a few hours?
I was thinking the same thing. Let's go grab a few more of these guys. Charge them
Right.
up.
Exactly.
I think that would be a good idea. It'll go faster.
Give them some time to do their own thing. They know where the spare parts are. So let's grab a handful.
Yeah. Let's do it. Give them
Okay.
a workforce.
Why doesn't everybody give me a? I wish there was an intuition skill here. There's a way to look and search, but there's nothing really to kind of give you a hunch. Why doesn't everybody just give me a perception? Just a regular old perception check.
$15.
Okay.
13.
15.
Also 13.
16.
Nice.
Matt's curse is alive and well. No.
Okay. So Nazara, since you scored highest, it would probably be beneficial if somebody were actually coded as an employee, because you heard it deny Montan earlier on about not being an employee.
Do I know how we could do that?
We
With
could always take a look at the employees
Montan's
only.
magic fingers, or
And
disguising yourself as an employee and hoping that their coding at this point is so basic that it's gonna fall for it.
Have we seen any uniforms hanging around?
Yeah, dead people. Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, long dead people, so probably not that bad.
we could probably take a look at the employees only area.
And also, maybe they have badges or something.
I was gonna
Kiko's
say we're in spacesuits.
cards.
Maybe you could just find a badge, stick it on your spacesuit.
Yeah, that's a better idea. I like that. I'm gonna go check some bodies
Okay. Why don't you
for
give me a search?
stinking badges.
Yeah, I was thinking checking the employee area.
Anybody that's going to go check, give me a search check.
Yep, I'll go help.
And I have the search pod for my hunt suit, so
Yes, you do.
25.
Oof.
Yeah, that beats 13.
Very nice.
17.
16.
Wow. Yeah. So as you wander the station, in that area, and of course the employees area, you do manage to find. You're not too certain what all the badges are for, but you do find some.
I'll just grab a bunch and bring them back
You've got 4
to
total.
the others. Okay. I'll bring them back to the others and say, pick one.
Montan gets one, obviously.
Okay.
Are there any short ones?
Where is
Short badges.
Where's Whisperer?
Short uniforms. Oh,
Oh,
they're
okay.
badges. Okay.
Yeah, badges.
Yeah, we didn't do the uniforms, just badges.
Sorry,
Where-
I'm trying to keep up with notes and lost
No,
it.
that's
Where-
It's all good.
Where is
Makes sense.
Whisperer? He can read the badges.
I mean,
Oh, Shelly, you couldn't re-roll that 6.
Oh, did I get a 6?
You did.
I
She
thought-
did, but it doesn't matter at this point. You
Yeah,
guys,
it doesn't
you guys
matter.
got badges.
Montan, you can have Whisperer
Whistler.
read
Whistler?
the Whistler read the badges to make sure at least you have command of engineering.
Okay.
And Jairus isn't here. Oh,
yeah,
he needs to leave.
Doran's
Okay,
going to
shoot.
take one that makes him look. That would make him register as security.
Okay. So as soon as Montan gets one, the droid that you had originally like charged up, turns and starts rolling back over towards you. I need to report an HR violation.
Go ahead.
So it begins to complain about the disarray that's in the engine room. And that apparently the staff has failed to successfully maintenance this particular bay in the amount of days that equal up to 3,600 that add up to basically like 3,600 some odd years.
Uh,
It's a long time to hold a grudge.
Yeah, 3,000 years. If we're talking about 365 days a year, that's 1,095,000 days.
well, I'll tell it. Your report has been heard, and those people are no longer in their positions.
So it pauses for a second and then turns, grabs a piece of chalk, and on the sign that says, it's been X number of days since an incident, it writes 0
0.
and then goes back to doing whatever it was going to go do. That is where we're going to stop for tonight.
That's funny.
All right, so we have some things we need to do housekeeping wise before we continue, or before we sign off for tonight. So first, we need to do XP.
XP.
So if
Oh,
we
that's
get,
right.
if we can get somebody to roll 1d6 plus 1,
Yeah, I'll do it.
Do we have any birthdays in September?
not in this game.
Okay.
So 1d6.
We do on
Plus
Friday though.
What did you say? 1d6
Plus
plus
one.
1?
Plus 1.
Uno mas.
Yay!
7.
Nice. Woohoo! Max.
So max XP.
Maybe you should explode that 6.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
no
explode, right?
kidding.
But nice thought. Now we need to do RP vote. So we're going to start off with Dale. Dale, what's your RP vote?
That's going to go straight to Mike with that heart-to-heart talk with Asada at the beginning, and the rest of us. Yeah, that was great RP, honestly.
Okay. Brittany.
Shelly for the backstory.
Okay. Shelly.
Mike, same reason that Dale gave.
Okay. Matt is not here. Mike.
I'm just laughing because it's going to be Shelly for, again, being indirectly in my line of fire for this sort of role play. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this kind of role play with Mike.
And then
fun.
Colin. Who are you voting for?
Um,
Dun dun dun.
hard to say because it's obviously tied between Shelly and Matt.
Just
Mike.
decide for yourself. Don't worry about breaking the tie.
Yeah.
I'd say the Moss Man.
Mossman. Okay,
Yeah.
so Montan, you end up getting the RP vote, so you get 2 additional points put down in your character sheet. And those of you, thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. We, as I mentioned in the chat, we have our Mythic Savannah coming up this Friday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is our World of Darkness game and our World of Darkness mix game. And then on Saturday, we have Marvel Superheroes, Modern Age Heroes at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to check any of that out, please do. And then the following Thursday, on the 18th, we have Survivor's Dawn, our Rifts game that we'll be playing, and that starts at 7:30. So thank you guys all for hanging out with us and chatting and the kudos and the re-rolls, and we will catch you all again next time. Good night, guys.
Yep.
Good night.